Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY I'm excited to come live to you today because I want to talk about the power of an all-over pattern. That sounds funny, huh? Anyways, if you've been watching DIY Dreaming for any amount of time, you know that I love doing patterns. And so I'm going to show you just a few little quick and easy craft projects that you can do with patterns. I'm going to show you a few things that I've done in the past, and it should be really good. As you're hopping on, say hi. I would love to know if you're watching. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Feel free to sprinkle all that usual jazz. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember about 2 weeks ago when I went to my local Target and I scored. I got so many great craft supplies. One thing was I got these set of these little wood houses for, I think all of them for $5. And then I got this large wood pumpkin and this set of two smaller ones. I think it was 2 for $5 on the little ones, and the bigger one was $5 as well. I don't want to show you that just yet because, oh, it's so cute. Anyway, so with the pumpkins, what I did before getting started was I used 1 coat of this Waverly plaster. It says chalk, but it's acrylic paint from Walmart, and it's plaster is the name of the color, so it's a creamy ivory. So I just did 1 quick coat. It wasn't even a good job now that I'm looking at it, but it doesn't matter. And I let those dry. Okay, and then with the ones that I painted, I sprayed them with 1 coat of a clear matte sealer. That, when you're working on wood, I didn't do it on these, and they seem fine, but typically when you're working on wood, it will suck in whatever medium you're using, and then it'll kind of spread it out. And sometimes your stencils look fuzzy. So that's why I do it. Anyways, yeah, so I'm super excited. Okay. So we're going to be actually using 3 stencils today, but I have a bunch that I want to show you that you should definitely consider. All right, the first one we're going to be using is this one. It's brand new. It's called Lace Berries, I think. It is a fabulous stencil. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you guys to see the detail. Honestly, I had no idea what to expect. Okay, so that's one. Then we're also going to use this new stencil, which is called Ticking Stripe. It's awesome too. And then we're going to be using my favorite, my Victorian pattern stencil. We're not going to use my new one because I tell you what, my old one that looks so cruddy, it still works just fine. So in case you haven't heard me tell you this, that these stencils from magnoliadiy.com that we're going to be using are reusable. They are. And this is proof. It looks horrible. This is what it looked like when I got it. This is what it looks like now, but it still does great. Okay, so let's put these out of the way. And let me introduce you to the first adorable thing that I did yesterday. And I did give you a little sneak peek. Okay, you guys look at this pumpkin. What do you think? Look at the detail of that stencil. Okay, so yesterday I did one of the little itty bitties and I did my big one, and I'm going to show you, we're going to do this one. And then I fiddled around with some tulle, and you can get this stuff. It's like that stuff that tutus are made out of. You can get it everywhere. Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, you know, pretty much any kind of craft store. It's not expensive. This is black. And I just thought I wanted to keep this really monochromatic. And it's stunning. So I made this little bow. And I'm going to show you my idea. Let me lay it down so I can see what I'm doing. I took it off so I could give you the whole effect. Okay, look at that. Is that super adorable or what? And wouldn't this be super adorable just sitting on a shelf? And we're gonna do this other one that I haven't done yet. But if you want to take it up a notch, you could also think about adding some bling. So I don't do a lot of bling. It's not typically something that I do, but this is just a little rhinestone pin that I want to stick through my tool. Let's see if I can find the other side of it. And so this could be your adorable little shelf sitters. What do you guys think? Is that cute or what? Okay, so let me show you how these work. All right, and I have several things to show you, so stay with me. Oh, and by the way, when I'm all finished, I'll get you guys links to all of this. Everything's from magnoliadiy.com, but I can get direct links so you don't have to go and hunt things down. So just say link or lace link or something like that as we're going along if there's something specific you want to see. All right, so we're gonna use this one, and we're gonna use this pumpkin right here. And there's a surprise on the other side, so stay with me. All right, and I have to remember, how did I line this up? I lined this one up so it looked like there were two little swags across the top. And I want to do the other one similar. Oh, and this is a newer stencil, and that means it really needs to be fuzzed, which these green stencils are super sticky to start out with. And you can fuzz them on like an outfit like this, a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, a pair of khakis. This is just like a little cotton dress that I have on. Or Magnolia also has a great fuzzing towel that looks like this. And this just makes it so that you can get your stencil up when you're done without stretching it. All right, I'm gonna say that's good enough. So I want to kind of eyeball these two so that I can get something similar happening at the top. I think that's gonna do it. So how far down did I go? Sorry, I'm talking to myself for just a moment. Okay, I don't know if that's perfect, but I'm gonna say good. All right, so I just have laid it over the top of my little painted wood pumpkin. And I'm just gonna use something very, very basic. This is black chalk paste. And I'm gonna use a squeegee, find one. And we're gonna just plunk it on the stencil, push it through the holes, and ba-boom, you guys are gonna see how easy it is. Hey, by the way, if you're watching on Facebook and these comments right here are bothering you, you should be able to swipe them either left or right or up or down, either with your finger or maybe with your cursor or maybe with the mouse, depending on what kind of device you're on. So, all right, so I'm just gonna take a blob. This probably won't take very much. Chalk paste, and we're gonna very quickly push it through the holes on the stencil. Look how easy this is. People have this misconception, I think, that stenciling is hard, and it really isn't. It, like anything else, it takes a little practice for sure, but that was pretty darn easy. This is what it looks like, and pull it off. Oh my gosh, it looks great. Okay, let me go throw this in my little tub of water over here and push it under so it can soak until I can get to the kitchen sink to spray it. But you guys, look how good that turned out. When I did this one, the little swag, a little different, but I like both of them. this would be a super cute little, whoops, got some on my desk. Let me see, where am I? There we go. Little sit about for any kind of a cabinet. And here's something about this idea. If you like it, you could totally do this exact same thing with orange chalk paste, or if you're doing a navy blue fall, which is very popular this year, use navy blue ink, or you could use gray or green or a combination of red, yellow, and orange. It's absolutely up to you. And that all over pattern makes it super easy. So, what do you guys think? Do you like this one? Okay, I have another idea. So, this one is fully dry. I did it yesterday, and we're going to do something different on this side. And it is going to involve my Victorian pattern stencil. Hey, and before I move on to this other project over here, I want to show, I have a whole pile of patterned stencils that I dug out, and I want to show them to you because you may not really even be aware that Magnolia has all these. And the thing I like about a patterned stencil, an all over pattern stencil, is that it's not tied to any one particular season. Like, there's a polka dot that I used to make this bunny right here, made out of canvas duck fabric. Or I used this Victorian lace to make this stuffed Christmas tree, and also to make these wings for this little dragonfly. And then there's one that's not available today, but it'll be back soon, that has all these awesome leaves on it. And with that, I made this little pumpkin thing right here and right here. And then I made this stack of books. I made this little, I just love a pattern stencil because you have so much flexibility in what you can do with it. And this is the proof that I love them, because this stencil looks so terrible. So let's do this one. And same deal, you just are gonna lay your stencil. This does not need to be fuzzed because I've used it at least, I don't know, I would guess 35 times, a lot. It's not super sticky, but it still works just fine. So I'm gonna just, choose some random, some random design, and press it down. Then we're going to use the black chalk paste again. This will use a little bit more chalk paste than the first one because it has bigger areas that are open to push the stencil, push the medium through. You can use these all over patterns on wood, on tin, on glass. Oh, I have one to show you on glass. Like on a window. You can use it on paper. You can use these on fabric, on tea towels, pillows, t-shirts, tote bags. And you can make it into whatever season you want just by your choice of color. So you can see how super easy that was. All right, let me throw this over here into my little tub of water and stick it down. Okay, and so I always love doing a project that is two-sided because heck, why not? So we saw this cute little thing, and on the other side I used that same Victorian stencil. We can just push our little bow over to the other side, and this was, I did both sides of this one. Let's see, where am I? And here's the one that we just did, and it's got both sides also. So what do you guys think? Okay, I want to ask you this question before I go further. Tell me honestly, do you like the Victorian all over pattern or the lace? Victorian or lace? I don't know. This could become my new favorite. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. And I didn't say, did I say all my normal stuff? Maybe I did. I don't know. Is there a link for ordering stencils? Yes, Michelle, I'll get you one just as soon as I'm done. But if you're impatient and you want to look at everything, you can go there right now by just typing in your search bar, not for Facebook, but on your regular, the internet. It's magnoliadiy.com. So magnoliadiy.com. That's my website. Okay, so let me move some of this out of the way and move these guys over here. And before I go on to the next projects that I want to show you, I want to show you some of the other all over patterns that are available. Okay, this is kind of a funky, fun one. It's called wood grain. What do you guys think? When I was first getting started with Magnolia, I used this one a lot. And then there's this one that has both, it's called Mini Dots and Plaid, and it comes like this. It's 2 stencils basically on one sheet. So you get the plaid, the mini plaid, and the polka dots. There's also another one that's just like it, which obviously I love it. I've used it a ton. And I can't find the other piece to it, but one piece of it is the leopard, and the other piece is little paw prints. So that's a super good one that can be made any style. This is a big all over pattern, and it's called, I don't know, it's called Plaid or something like that. That's pretty new to me. This is a cute one. It's called Retro Flowers. Okay, here's another one that's pretty new to me. This is called Honeycomb, I think. Honeycomb pattern. All right. And then this is another one, which is hearts. This one came out at Valentine's Day, and I think it's available right now, but it's a great one. This is a cool one. It's called Chicken Wire. And I actually am looking at a project right here that I'll show you where I used it as part of my background on this. And then I did the Fresh Flowers truck over the top. But that chicken wire is a cool stencil. Okay, and then this one is new, and I think this is called Ornamental Pattern. It's like a damask sort of design. And then this was my first love with Magnolia, was my Mandela lace stencil. And this is my newer one. My older one looks horrible, but it still works. But I'm not exactly sure where it is. So you can see there are a lot of all over patterns, and obviously I like to work with them. They're just so flexible. You can use them for any occasion, any season, any holiday, and make them totally fit just by almost the color that you're going to use. Okay, so we're going to use this one. This is called Ticking Stripe, and we're going to use it on this little house. Okay, and I have to remember how I did these other two, which I'll show you in just a minute. I am going to fuzz my stencil because I've only used it once before. And I'm going to do a bunch of tea towels with this one. I love ticking fabric, and I think it's going to be awesome to be able to create my own ticking in any color I want. So I'm just gonna lay this, looking at the ones that I did before, because I want it to kind of go. I want them to make sense together. Okay. Oops, I have something on here. Probably from my desk. I should have cleaned my desk off before I got started. Okay, and for this project, we're going to be using the Cool Gray chalk paste. And I'm just going to grab a squeegee, and I'm going to grab a little blob. And we're seriously just very quickly going to push it through the holes on this stencil. It could not be any easier. Still wanting to slide around on my desk. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull the big globs off. All right, that's what it looks like. This is adorable. Okay, and let me show you the other ones that I did. Throwing this in my little tub of water. And here are the other two that I made before I came live. Aren't those cute? Now I haven't dolled them up yet, but there's lots of different things that you could do. I just think these are very sort of neutral-ish. And we could do a ribbon. We could do another stencil over the top even if we wanted. But they're pretty cute. So what do you guys think? Did I paint these houses first? No, I did not paint these ones. The other, the pumpkins I did paint, and I just painted them this Waverly acrylic paint from Walmart that's called Plaster. It's kind of a creamy ivory. So that is what I wanted to show you. I would like to know, if you don't mind, which one you like better on this. Tell me, do you like the Victorian pattern, or let's twirl this around to the other side, or do you like the lace? Just in general, not specifically on this piece, but in general, which one of those styles appeals to you the most? I would really, really love to know what you think about that. Where did I get the houses from? These were just from Target in their dollar spot in the front. No, actually, I take that back. These were from Target, but they were in the crafting section on an end cap. And so were the pumpkins. And I just picked them up because I wanted to craft with them. So Magnolia does have an adorable house shape that I could have used that would be just as good, maybe better. It looks like this. It stands up. It's a little bit more generous. It's two-sided. It's already got the white chalkboard stuff on it, so you can do a stencil and then remove it and do something different. So I was not thinking about doing that until just this very moment. But yeah. So you guys, if you want a link, just say link in the comments. Otherwise, I'll drop some throughout the comments. The wooden pumpkins came from Target also. If you missed the beginning, as soon as I'm finished here, you might want to go back and watch this video on replay from the start. The houses are cute too. Thank you. Okay, several people. Well, I'm getting a mix of answers. Do you guys like the lace better or the damask? And so far it's looking pretty 50-50. The houses came from Target. The pumpkins came from Target also. It is a real mix. You guys are, half of you are saying you like the Victorian better, and the other half are saying that you like the lace. The lace is just new, so I think I'll probably play with it a lot this fall. We'll do a lot of projects with it, and if you want to be able to do some of the projects along with me, you might want to get that. You can use it on fabric too. So, alrighty folks, well let me just push a little bit of this out of the way in case you want to take a screenshot, but I will get photos that I will put both in the comments and separate here at DiyDreaming. You can see everything just fine. Oh, but don't, oh wait, I forgot to show you. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I didn't completely forget. This is a damask, or is the Victorian pattern. And this was a project that I did, I don't know, at least 6 months ago. And this was just an old window that a friend gave me. And I just used white chalk paste and that stencil. And I love it. It's sitting in here in my craft room. So there's tons of things that you can do with that Victorian pattern stencil. And there will be lots of things that we can do also with the lace. Alrighty. I'm gonna let it run for just a second, and then I will hop off and get started answering questions, getting you guys links, and all that stuff. I may be live again to tell you about some new things. If I can get organized, I may be live again. So just keep an eye out for that if you think you might want to see that. Sheila, I'll get you a link in just a few minutes. I'll get you links direct to the stencils that we used and to the chalk paste, so you don't have to hunt them down. Barbara says, I'm a ticking kind of girl. I like it too. Okay, somebody's asking if Magnolia has any kind of a sale or a discount. They do that maybe once or twice a year. And you can better believe, I'm not aware of anything coming up right now, but you can better believe that if and when there ever is something like that, I will be the first to tell you about it. Do I need to seal these? Okay, well, that's an interesting question. If I'm going to handle them very much, I would seal them outside with a clear matte sealer. I just do 1 or 2 coats over the top. However, you don't have to. When the chalk paste dries, it is hard and stable. It's not going to crumble or fall off. The only thing is if it would get wet, it could smudge. And sometimes you want to remove some chalk paste. You want to have the option to remove it on chalkboards and stuff and to do something different, you know, the next season. So that is a good question. Okay, I typically use this clear matte sealer. This is Rust-Oleum brand. You can use whatever you want. I like matte better, but some people like semi-gloss and some people like gloss. And I'll just put 1 coat on my wood before I stencil. However, I didn't do it on these and they turned out just fine. So, I don't know. I think it has to do with the quality of the wood. If your wood is like a hard wood and it's really solid, it's going to do better, and maybe you don't need to do it. But if it's a Dollar Tree cut out or something super inexpensive where they use the lowest quality wood possible, you should definitely seal it with a clear sealer before you stencil. Alrighty, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you, oh my goodness, Terry, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate that. I'll see you guys soon, possibly again today. All right, bye.